guys. So I was just recently in Rome celebrating my birthday, and when I go to Rome, one of the first things that I must eat is carbonara. It's just one of those pasta dishes that's classic, that's emblematic of Rome. But while I was there, I was really fortunate to rent this amazing apartment that had this nice terrace overlooking the city. And I really wanted to make use of it. By that, I mean I wanted to cook while I was in Rome. So I gathered up all my favorite ingredients, which included guanciale and pecorino and pasta and a bunch of other things as well. And I decided that I was going to cook my breakfast and maybe one dinner while I was there. If you've been watching this channel, you know that I love my 4-egg breakfast, which is 4 eggs cracked over some sauteed vegetables. But to make this dish Roman, I figured, well, how about a carbonara-style egg breakfast? So what I ended up doing is just sauteing some guanciale until it rendered and got really nice and crispy. Then I added some scallion, then cracked the eggs over top. And then once it was all done, I rained some pecorino over this and lots of black pepper. And it was a really delicious, unctuous breakfast. I think it really captures this Italian essence with a little bit of that American sensibility, because for me, I can't have a day without some kind of bacon and egg in the morning or some kind of egg dish, because that's really what fuels me. Especially when you're doing a really long day of sightseeing, I think having a bacon and egg breakfast is a good idea. So let's get started on these carbonara-style eggs. So I'm going to start by slicing up my scallion. And the guanciale is a peppered type, so it already has pepper on it, so I'm just going to leave that. But I am going to trim off the skin. This is a nice fatty guanciale. I'm going to do little thin slices like this. And I have my pan nice and hot, so I'm going to add the guanciale to that. And I want it to render out rather slowly. Now in Rome, you can actually get guanciale that's already cut up. There's so many different varieties of it too. You can choose which region it's from and whatnot, or what farm it's from. Here in Budapest, it's a little bit more difficult to find. There are only like 2 stores that sell guanciale. I love guanciale. It has such a good flavor. It's totally different than bacon, completely different from pancetta. I don't think it's something that you can substitute with anything else. Okay, I'm going to add the whites of the scallion. So I know adding onions or garlic to carbonara is not traditional, but since this is an egg dish, a breakfast dish, I wanted something to cut through the richness of the guanciale, and I think the onion just adds that extra little oomph. Okay, and now I'm going to add 3 eggs that I'm just going to break over. And I'm going to add the light green parts and the dark green parts of the scallion. Okay, and I'm going to put the lid on top. And I'm going to leave it at this current temperature, which is kind of like a medium. It's a 5 on my stovetop, and it's just steamed through. Okay, and our eggs are looking wonderful, and I'm just going to turn them out onto this dish. I know that the guanciale is a little salty, but I still want to salt at least the yolks. And of course, since this is carbonara, we need our black pepper. And feel free to do that liberally. And of course, I'm going to make it rain pecorino. And now for the taste. Here's the perfect piece with some runny yolk and the guanciale underneath. Okay. It's so rich and unctuous. That's my favorite thing about guanciale, is that it has so much flavor. And I love black pepper, so for me, this is perfect. And the pecorino cheese adds this extra layer of saltiness, but also this tang. The yolks came out perfectly, which I'm very proud of, because I did want this runny to kind of remind me of an authentic carbonara. So this is the dish that I started with every morning before I went out onto the streets of Rome, and it kept me fueled for quite a bit. But of course, pasta followed at lunchtime and even at dinner time. I think this is the kind of breakfast that you can make on a weekend for a brunch or for breakfast with family and friends, and you'll definitely have a hit on your hands. So I hope you try it. Let me know what you think about this breakfast in the comments, and please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. So I can't let this yolk go to waste. I really gotta get in there with my bread. This is one of my favorite things about having an egg breakfast, is the runny yolk that I can then mop up. It's so nice. And the pecorino and the egg yolk together is so good. And the good old-fashioned Italian mocha pot coffee. Cheers to you.